Ace Attorney Investigations Collection.
This is the, anybody who's wondering, this is the collections of games with, hold on. Dang it, why is always something wrong? There's always something wrong. I feel like the left side's quiet, no? Bow, bow, bow. Quieter. Maybe it's just me. On the patio, I fall asleep. A really long day. Aw. Sorry, you're so tired. Yeah. But hopefully it's a good thing. Good busy? A good busy? Hopefully it's a good busy. Let's try this again.
Ace Attorney Investigations Collections.
So this is the Phoenix Wright games, but with Miles Edgeworth. There were only two. And they finally brought over an official translation. The only way to play it before was with a fan translation. Like patched and everything. At least for us. Oh, cool. We can have pixel art style, which is basically classic, or the new style. We're gonna go ahead and do new style. Maybe one day we'll go to pixel art. I don't know. We're just gonna check out the first chapter. I'm gonna go 1080. Hey, we can. Nice. A little bit better looking VSync because it looks better on stream. Mouse click, drag. Mouse click. I don't know. Reader, autoplay, automatically progress through the dialogue when enabled. Automatic, sorry for yeah. I don't want it to autoplay. So automatically progress through the game, including answering questions and present. What the heck? This is literally a do the game for me mode. That's weird. I guess if you just want to watch. That's so weird. Okay. I can't help but feel like the sound's a bit off. Give me a second. Because I know my kitty's been messing around with the back of my computer, and that usually messes up the sound. I don't know. Doesn't seem that messed up. Alright, title screen, new game. Episode select. So, chapter, new game. I forget when these games take place exactly. I think they take place after 2 but before 3, and this one might be after 3. But I could be wrong. Started this new episode? Yes. HD chibi characters. Wait, what? I chose HD chibi characters? I don't understand.
To make sure the defendant is found guilty, What other choice do I have? That's the job of a prosecutor, after all. That may be true, but why? Why go this far? Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough, but a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. No matter the cost. No matter the cost. I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Always have been, always will be. I don't know what ways to do for him. Can I turn off this autoplay? Okay, it is turned off. Because I don't read fast. It's hard to believe that that I've been away from my office a whole month. I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. The door is unlocked. Detective Gumshoe? What's the smell? It's very familiar. Blood? What the? What's the meaning of this? Free! Identify yourself. Shut up. You've got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrust into a multitude of cases and some very frantic and busy days. I've finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Oh, wait. I've finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well. Please continue on with your investigation. Yes, sir. Oh, man, I don't remember Gumshoe's voice.
Yeah. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Are you okay, sir?
Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene.
When I heard the murder had taken place in your office, I ran up here straight away. Straight away.
I think it was more like that.
Straight away.
This is Dick Gumshoe. He is a detective with the local precinct, and the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being.
You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt?
No, I'm perfectly fine. However,
Look what they did to your office. It's totally trashed.
I'll say the culprit sullied my floor and with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office.
Whoa, sounds like you're getting really burned up over this whole thing.
This crime was committed in my office. It is my responsibility to solve it.
This just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating.
Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads and information we find etched in the front of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office? I get a nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in mind.
Yeah, I was wondering myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you?
No, not really, especially because of this.
The key to your office? What do you mean, sir?
If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you.
Logic?
By finding the connection between two pieces of information. In connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic.
How do you use it?
First, I recall the information we've gathered with left button, and then I connect them together with Y. Now, use left button to recall. Now, use left button to recall the facts. Crime in my office? Is it really a coincidence that it took place in my office? The office key, for security reasons, this office lock has the lock built into it. Connect. For security reasons, all prosecutors are outfitted with locks, which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as mere coincidence.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir.
There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after?
What happened to the... What was the killer after?
You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir.
Yes, well, when you follow leads to their conclusion, only the truth remains. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. But if I think carefully before piecing together leads together, the logic should flow. Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we?
Yes, sir.
Begin investigation.
The basis of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir.
I know that, and when I want to examine something, I simply use A when I'm next to it.
Oh, if you ever feel lost and want to talk, just use Y, okay? I'll give you a great precise advice as an ace investigator, sir.
Something to try later if I have free time, I suppose. What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here.
I think I've seen one of these before.
Care to enlighten me as to where?
Oh, I know. Mine was issued the exact same model, I think.
Detective.
I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. But now that I think about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much, except for emergencies. So that's why I didn't recognize it.
So it's the same type of revolver as the ones used by the precinct detectives. Do you have anything to report?
Sir, yes, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes.
Talk about a contradiction.
Something out of the ordinary? I should look around a bit more. I hope we can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return to relaxing on this couch.
That thing looks like a billion times softer than my mattress at home. Can I sit on it, too? Just for a little while, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that. Until this case is solved, neither of us has time to spare, let alone rest.
You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard and be a real trooper to the end.
Even once this case is over, I don't think he can afford to take any time off.
Rude. That's rude. Fancy camping New York. Oh, nice.
How's it coming along? How is it coming along?
Please, I need absolute silence. Fingerprints lifting is a delicate art.
Well, I never. Well, it is a good thing my Steel Samurai doll was spared any harm. Speaking of which, I still haven't actually sat down and watched any of that show.
What is it about again?
Well, I don't know much about it myself, but the hero of the Steel Samurai warrior of Neo-Old Tokyo is the Steel Samurai. And his goal is to defeat an evil magistrate. It's a show geared towards kids. However, its high production value and riveting plot draws in a number of adults as well. Spin-offs like Pink Princess, Warrior of Little Old Tokyo, and The Nickel Samurai, along with a deluge of merchandise and even a new stage shows, gives it presence.
You sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some kind of rabid fanboy?
Of course not. Anyone who keeps up with society knows at least this much. And the conversation lasted longer than expected. Let us return to the investigation.
He's a nerd. Duck Games, good to see you. It's been a while.
No, it's your trophy. The, Knight of, Prosecutors, right?
King of prosecutors, and it's not a trophy, it's a shield.
They only send us to the winning prosecutor, right?
Yes, but I have no real interest in the perceived worth of other people. As for my own worth, that is something only I can determine for myself.
That's so slick. Sir, I'm gonna have to try saying that sometime.
Unfortunately for him, his monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me.
Rude.
Would you out for the tea? Watch out for the teacup fragments, sir.
That killer's going to pay this tea set.
Yikes. You're really mad over this.
This tea set is very dear to my heart and can only be bought in England. It costs more than your whole month's paycheck.
What? Now I feel like the killer's wasted one of my monthly paychecks.
It's been a while since I've sat at this desk. Oh, how I've missed you. It's so tidy that it looks newer than when I first bought it.
Oh, yeah. That thing's so polished that it makes mirrors jealous.
Don't tell me you had no other work the entire time away, Detective.
My job is to protect your office, sir.
And you did such a good job protecting it that a murder occurred in it.
That's harsh, sir.
I have to admit, the desk has never looked better, so I guess I can't dock his pay.
Yeah.
Your files are all over the floor, sir. They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer. Aw, and I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. I mean, it's just rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless.
I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room.
Well, I watered the flowers every day just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list of the weekend special. And about half a day, every Saturday, I'd come in and clean the place until it was sparkled.
Does he have a life? They've finished photographing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny.
A wallet.
What do we have here?
Hey, I think I've seen one of these before.
It's a police badge, Detective.
Oh, hey, I have the exact same thing, actually. What a coinkydink.
Let's take a look inside.
Buddy Faith.
Mr. Buddy Faith. It would appear that our victim was a detective just like you. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now, to calmly use some logic and figure out if any of them were connected to each other.
Wait, I'm not done. Oh, all over the floor, sir. Yeah, all over the floor, sir. I already read this. You can't, like, mash through this, apparently. Like, if you already read something.
Let's see here. There's blood all over the lower abdomen area.
It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach, sir.
In other words, he was shot.
Yep. And until the autopsy is done, I don't think we'll know much more than that.
Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done
processing the crime scene. Blowing clean through.
Are you going to be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir?
Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all.
All right, if you say so.
I keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have but to press the right button to open my organizer. But the organizer isn't the only evidence. I keep people's profile on hand in it too. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often.
I don't believe it. I packed all those files on this shelf so tight. Not even an earthquake could have made them fall off, but just look at them. At this rate, the rest of the files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all.
A problem to be sure. Well, once the investigation is over, we'll put them back up on the shelf. I think that's everything. Nothing of interest here. Gum. This is saying something. Sure.
Well, they even knocked over your chess set. I had it all set up ready for when you got back, and I figured we could play a few games.
I had no idea you were interested in chess.
I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try.
In that case, I suppose I can set some time aside after we solve this case.
Though I don't expect the games to tax my mental acuity much.
Watch Gum should be like a chess master. Let's see. The killer's gold. The victim was a detective, revolver, and a sign of struggle. According to his ID, he was a detective and he had the detective gun. Shall we connect these two? The revolver, that standard model used by the detectives, could it belong to our recently departed? Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time?
Yes, sir. On it, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see what we've got here. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. The guy's wearing a gun holster.
So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him.
Let's see, what else can we find out about this revolver?
As I always say, you gotta look real carefully at each piece of evidence. You can use the right stick to rotate the object. There's no such thing as a bad angle. Use the left button and right button to zoom in and out and to get all the nitty gritty.
There's a horse. To think this is so easy to take a life with just the pull of a trigger.
You know, I can't ever see myself really liking guns. No, but I love the ones that they use at track and field meets to start races. If you take off before it's fired, everybody always ends up following your lead.
To chase you down for a false start, detective.
Now that you mention it, Even when I finish first, I always wind up in last place.
It looks like only one round was fired from this.
Wow, so the killer killed the Vic with just one shot after wrestling with the gun from him? Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
We have no proof for now, but that is a distinct possibility. I guess this is about all we're gonna find out. We should send the body to
Jim! Why? Oh, why? How could this have happened to a guy like you?
Are you alright?
Don't touch me. Leave me alone. Just let me be.
Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body.
The body? The body? Don't talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh. Look at him. Jim looks like he's turned in for the night.
Sure. Just in a bloodstained soup, pal.
Where are my manners?
Aren't you that persecutor?
Why, yes, I am. I'm Jacques.
How do you say this name?
Jacques Porthman, prosecutor. Jim here was my partner in crime busting.
I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I'm also a prosecutor.
Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir.
So you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office.
Yes, that is correct.
Then it was you! You're the one who killed Jim!
Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay?
I will not. I know how things work around here. High prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them. And only the owner of the office has a key to his or her own office door.
That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner.
Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? So the only one who could get in here was me. Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means.
So it was you then. You're Jim's killer.
No way, pal. You got it all wrong.
Everyone, calm down. Mr. Portman, correct? If you are a real prosecutor, you should know to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions?
All right, I get the point. You're right. My mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You sure are one cool customer, though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard of all of the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know. Anyway, let's call it a truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal?
A pleasure to work with you. You guys are conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on, then. It's your room, after all. Thank you, I intend to. I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there? Sir. I want you to capture this scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim. I should probably give them some space. Mr. Portman, a word if I may. Jim, I swear I'll find your killer and bring them to justice. You wait and see. It'll be for the both of us. Now then, you want to talk to me about something? No, it's all right. I feel like I'm interrupting their conversation.
Your jacket, sir. What's it doing on the floor?
It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round.
So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? They dared to shoot the ultra special jacket that you made your prosecutorial debut in? What if they had shot through it? It would have been a disaster.
I think it's already a disaster considering the dead person.
It's not worth getting worked up over, Detective. Not when there's something more here.
Huh? Like what?
I take it you haven't noticed it yet, Detective. There is a giant contradiction right here in front of us.
Really?
Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my detective skills come to play. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction.
The vest. It's blue.
This jacket sure brings back memories. I remember you used it to wear this around the time you became a certified prosecutor.
It was a present from my mentor.
Prosecutor Manfred Bonkama, huh?
Yes, I don't wear it anymore, yet I can't bring myself to throw it away.
It must mean a lot to you, even with the little bittersweet memory it holds. But you know, I've got an old coat of mine hanging up in my room too, sir. Yesterday was on today, so it's just drying off, but you get the picture.
Thank you, Gumshoe, for that vital information.
Looks like your sofa was spared. Talk about good luck.
It's just what is so lucky about that.
Well, I'd hate to for my napping spot to have a huge hole in it.
Napping spot?
Just joking, sir. Honest, I wouldn't dream of sleeping on such a nice and comfy sofa.
He just keeps digging himself deeper and deeper with each passing word.
The hole.
This is it. The book. Oops. This is it. The bullet hole is where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that's off, I should point my cursor at it and press Y with conviction.
Hey, okay, why?
And when I found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things.
Bullet. What's the contradiction? Oh, because... Yeah. Because the body's way over there.
This is clearly where the contradiction lies.
I don't really see what's wrong with.
Oh, it would have been the gun because that's 2 shots. I'm stupid.
I don't really see what's so wrong with this spot.
You don't understand? You see, therein lies the contradiction.
Mr. Edgeworth, it'd be nice if you just admit that you are wrong.
That wasn't a mistake. That was me keeping you on your toes, Detective.
Yeah, it was the gun. Because the gun was only fired once.
Eureka! This bullet hole is the contradiction.
But what do you mean, sir?
It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first felled the victim, and the second felled this frame.
Hey, that's right.
However, this gun was only fired once,
Hey, that's true too.
which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight?
By the way, I noticed something, sir.
Yes?
What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame?
It's a secret safe.
A secret safe? Ooh, I smell money.
Spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way.
Boy, did that? Achoo! Achoo! Talk about dusty.
I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while.
I had no idea there was a safe here, or I'd have kept it clean for you, sir. So, when did you put this thing in?
It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one.
Really? I had no idea.
Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence.
So, what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth?
Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial is in session.
That's it. Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious nook and cranny.
We should probably open it.
We never knew there was a safe hidden back here.
Well, detectives knew about them, then they wouldn't be a secret, now would they?
Are there any other secrets, hidden things in the room?
Even if there were, it would defeat the purpose of them being hidden if I told you.
So don't bother looking for them. So there's no, like, hidden camera around, right?
And what if there was?
No, it's nothing. Forget I said anything.
Do I even have to ask what he's been doing in my room? In my office while I've been away? Now this is odd.
You found something, sir?
This keypad, don't you find it a bit too clean?
Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself.
You there, the forensic scientist?
Yes, sir.
Could you please dust this area for fingerprints?
You got it, sir. I couldn't find, let alone lift, a single print. Looks like it was wiped down well. Prosecutor, prints were wiped.
As I thought, it appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have.
The killer's goal. A sign of struggle. Another handgun and white fingerprints. The killer's goal. And the white fingerprints. Connect.
I believe I figured out what the murderer was after.
Well, what is it, sir?
The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. I wonder if knowing that the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about this crime.
So the motive being theft. And the files being a mess. Connect.
There is a possibility that the files splayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer.
Oh, you mean, like, it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir?
Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen.
But yes, sir. I'm gonna show files like you've never seen before, even at a library.
Sure. Let's give that a try. Why do all the good ones always die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth. And so what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth? Firstly, we calmly restore the file to the rightful place. You got it. Here, let me help.
So this file goes here, and that book goes there.
You sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Because I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal. Okay? Done.
It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here.
The bloodstains on the bookshelf are still fresh.
I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf. And then the guy fell onto the floor.
And then the guy fell onto the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out.
Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now.
But you know, I'm no good with blood, sir.
I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture.
What's this? This is what's wrong with it, but
The victim's handprints.
He must have tried to support himself with his hands here after being shot. There are prints on the floor too. This must have been made when, unable to stay standing, he dropped to the floor.
Put them all back just as they should be, sir. It doesn't look like anything's missing.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, H, A, B, C, A, B, C, D, E.
Although it does look like the killer moved the body to flip through my shelves. I wonder if they found what they were looking for? The killer moved the body because it was leaning against the bookshelf.
The blood on this guy's pants proves that pretty well.
In a sense, I suppose.
See, it's not completely useless, Miss Edgeworth. I'm not completely useless.
So this is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh? For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in a foul spine indicates that the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred.
Then I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way.
The other victim. There should be another gun in place. But if he was shot, it means he would like be shot on. This is wrong.
Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold?
He was shot in the abdomen, which is not. If he was standing, that's not right.
There's clearly a contradiction here with this bullet hole.
What do you mean, sir?
You don't see it? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up.
But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir?
That would be illogical. The victim leaned himself against the shelf here after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot.
Then that means... Wait, what does that mean, sir?
It means you'll need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from the mistake that occurred that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem with the bullet hole position?
The position of the body, the position of the handprint, the order of the files. They probably they probably messed it up originally and then put the files in the wrong spot and then shot and then took all the files out again, and then when organizing it where there should be, they were organized wrong, which makes me assume that the detective caught him finding the files, etc. and so forth. The order of the files.
I believe the order of the files is a bit off.
You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir.
Oh?
Yeah, you see here how the files were shot? beginning with the number 0? What are those doing all the way down there? 1, 2, and 3. That's really weird.
Actually, the way they're organized now is the correct order. They are exactly as I see them in my mind's eye.
But the numbers are all out of order.
Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred. Aha, so that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you did, Detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out.
Do you think it'd be okay to pop the body back up to how it was before it was moved?
They finished processing the crime, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith, and
then put the files back in numerical order, I guess.
exactly, and then proceeded to shoot the victim.
But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time?
Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime. But why? See? Now the crime scene is as it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look. Uh-oh, the gumshoe over here. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be.
And we figured out that the killer went through your bookshelf twice.
Indeed. There are many things the killer did that doesn't make sense, but to figure out the whys, we need more information.
These handprints belong to the victim, right? They make sense with the body position.
Yes, he must have left them when he was trying to support himself after he was shot. However, the final position of the body shows that it was moved. I need to go over the crime scene with a fine-tooth comb one more time. There must be some reason as to why the victim's body was moved. But there's no time to ponder how that now. Let's continue investigation, Detective.
Roger that. I'm raring to go.
Okay, the gumshoe.
This? What is that? Why does it say gumshoe on there in blood?
I'd say that's some incredibly incriminating evidence. Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed.
No, wait, there's gotta be some mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me. Say something, sir.
It appears that one of my files was stolen. Is that
all, sir? What about me and my situation?
Is this what the killer was really after? Still didn't follow it down. Investigation complete. Gumshoe did it. Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. And this most important message managed to reach us.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party. If you are going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have proof to back it up. Jim's words, they're more than enough, wouldn't you say? If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning.
You got it.
I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. And there must be some sort of flaw in his logic waiting for me to dig out.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you going to do?
What I always do in court, I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaws in his logic with this technique.
Oh, how do you do that? Can you explain it to me, sir?
Might as well. Maybe some other time. Might as well.
All right, first I listen to the witness's testimony. If I find a flaw in the testimony, something that contradicts the evidence, I open my organizer with left button and present the pieces of contradictory evidence. To present something, I simply use Y, and that's old news. That's old news.
But it's not like there's gonna be a flaw in their testimony every time, right?
Correct, and at those times I need to press the witness with left button. Sometimes by pressing, I can draw out new information and new or modified testimony.
I think I get it, sir. I'll be sure to try this technique out during investigations, too.
Very well, I'll even show you how it's done. Now, watch carefully.
Mr. Portman's logic.
Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters this body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice. You intend to argue with the victim's dying message points to his killer. You intend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer. I can hear Jim's voice, and he's calling for his killer's arrest. Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portman? There's no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence.
Rebuttal.
Detective Gumshoe stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead.
Hold it!
You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask. What is it? Why do you call the victim Jim, when clearly his name is Buddy Faith? Isn't it obvious? Jim is the perfect name for my companion. Jacques and Jim. Those two names go together like peanut butter and jelly.
But Jim isn't even close to the guy's real name.
Well, Jacques and Buddy just sounds off somehow. Jax and Buddy. Besides, he was the third of a bunch of guys I decided to nickname Jim. He talks about the victim like he was his pet.
Further, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead.
Do you really think it was necessary to deceive all my chums twice to do that?
That's true. Okay, then maybe his real intent was theft.
Hey, are you accusing me of stealing something from Mr. Edgeworth?
It's a possibility. Maybe your salary has been cut so much that life is getting a little too rough to handle.
I'll have you know that I eat 3 square meals every day, pal. Okay, so all 3 of them happen to be instant noodles, but...
Poor thing. What an evil prosecutor you were paired up with.
And what a motive, no? That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf.
Then why would Detective Gumshoe do such a thing?
Because the body was getting in his way. He had to mess up your bookshelf somehow, right?
I'm trying to make him seem like very fakely acting. I don't know.
Anyway, but thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding.
Why do you think that the killer didn't notice the bloody letters?
The body was covering it quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how he messed up. That's how he missed it. But judging by what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something.
What do you think you are? Who do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal.
There is a lot of persons who can understand about another from first impressions alone.
I can't say I disagree with him on that point.
Why don't you say something, sir? No, not you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
Despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective to be the culprit. Nobody could have overlooked the bloody letters, and I can prove it with evidence.
I couldn't ask for a better setup.
I couldn't ask for a better setup for the game-finishing spike.
So the obvious thing is that he took the bloodied book with the letter on it, so like there's no way he could have missed it.
Then it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice.
Hold it!
Are you saying that those letters were intended for you? Yep. Jim was an outstanding detective. I would expect no less from my former partner.
It looks like Mr. Portman still doesn't understand. He has yet to figure out the true meaning behind the bloody letters.
What are you sputtering over there? Can't you just admit my logic is perfectly sound?
Actually, there's a gigantic flaw in his logic. A gap so wide that the good detective can spot it. Now, to clue Mr. Portman by presenting him some evidence.
I think it's the second to last one. Didn't notice the bloody letters. How could you not? If he stole it, then like, yeah, there's no way. Spoilers, I got the right thing.
Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portman, but there is a serious flaw in your logic. Bringing a bit of the courtroom into this. I see. No problem. I'm game. I can't help but find it odd. Excuse me? Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office. What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking. I get it. Ha ha ha. If you have the time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see it? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file? What? That's impossible! What's impossible, Mr. Portman? Nothing. The files on the shelf are all about a certain case. Then the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner. I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spines. It's possible that they could have taken the file before committing the murder. I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letter in the detective's names where the file should be is proof.
Yeah, I mean, the S is gone, and there's only half of an H.
If Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this, I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written in blood on the files. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood.
Which means, what exactly? What does that make this dying message?
It makes it a work of a criminal intent on tampering with the crime scene.
That's so low. I can't believe a criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir. I'm gonna get him, sir. You'll see. I'm gonna have them under arrest in no time.
Well, Mr. Portman? Ha 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 ha. Brilliant. Absolutely splendid. Logic deserving of Olympic gold. I appreciate your praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed. Meh. You win some, you lose some. That's how life goes.
Glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive.
But you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up. However...
But what is it this time? Are you still after me, pal?
Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office?
That would be me. But Mr. Edgeworth just proved that I'm innocent, pal.
That's absolutely right. And I acknowledge your innocence. Then why do I sense that you still have something to say? Well, I was thinking, did you know there is one other person with a key to this office? One other person? Hey, you there. Yes, sir. What is it, sir? Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me? The lady? The girl is a member of this building's security. Think her as a material witness.
Security? Did you say security? No. Stop it, pal. Don't.
What's wrong with him all of a sudden? I believe she needs no introduction. I have called upon Miss Maggie Bird, a member of security.
Detective Gumshoe, sir.
Maggie.
Miss Bird is the security guard on watch tonight. I see, and your point is... My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key which can open all the office doors in this building.
But what?
If you are not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Miss Bird. Beard? It's bird, right? Beard? Beard? Bird. Beard. Miss Bird. Bird. It's bird. I'm saying bird.
How dare you? I would never sneak into someone's room.
That's right. I refuse to believe that Maggie is the culprit, pal. It was me. That's right. I did it.
Can we take that as a confession, Detective?
Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. If it was, you have no problems with that, right?
Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There is no need for such theatrics. Listen to your boss, Detective. He understands what I'm saying here. That girl is the only one who could have committed the crime, and for one simple reason. Reason for suspicion. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message. So you're saying that she used the master key? Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say? But that's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well. That was then, this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me. I wonder if there was anyone else other than Miss Bird who could have used the master key. It seems that the only way to get Mr. Portman to give me more details is to press him. Rebuttal. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into the room using the master key.
Hold it!
Well, you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key? There's not one person on staff at this time of night, and tonight she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird?
That's true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir.
Wasn't able to? What's that supposed to mean?
Yes, moving on. I'd hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated.
What do you mean unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal.
But you can't really trust her not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time. Should I hear Miss Bird out?
Ask for more details.
Not so fast. I, too, am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say. Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies. I'll be the judge of that. Miss Bird, if you please.
I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 a.m., sir.
What do you mean by missing?
It was, as in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it.
Mr. Portman, I believe this is an important piece of testimony, don't you? I can't believe someone like you would be taken in by such words.
I'm not lying, sir.
If that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now.
I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir.
A likely story. And where is your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again.
I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it.
Yeah, pal, trust me, you don't want to test just how bad her luck is.
Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive. Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth.
But you still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Edgeworth's office.
Her motive? Didn't we already establish that it was theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried to the safe. If it's as Mr. Portman says, Detective, I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft. But I'm done taking blows. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own. Of intent, from the messed up shelves to the wiped down safe, I'd say thievery.
Hold it!
I concur that the culprit's motives appear to have been thievery. However, glad to hear that the great Miles Edgeworth is in agreement with little old me. However, with regard to the investigation of the bookshelf, the safe, hey, good thinking. Asking for my opinion on the matter. Would it be too much for you to allow me to complete a full sentence? I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door...
Hold it!
I thought we had established that Detective Gumshoe's innocence pretty thoroughly. It was just a theory, one hypothesis among the many possibilities. I mean, I had my doubts about Miss Bird from the very beginning. If that's the case, then why didn't you mention her first? Now, don't make that face. See? There goes the truth, running the other way. Let's pick up the pace and see if we can't catch up to it. I don't think you're catching my drift. But we are in agreement that the detective isn't the killer, right? If so, then I hope you'll understand when I say that since she is the only one who could have opened your office door, Then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect.
Hold it!
Do you think it's a bit early to be jumping to conclusions? Are you saying there's another way to open the door other than the master key? Oh, I get it. Perhaps you had a spare made for someone else? I'll have you know I've never made a spare, so what are you insinuating? Nothing. Guess I should have known better than to suggest that someone like you would. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she?
Hold it!
Is there anyone in the district who hasn't at least heard of Detective Gumshoe? Good point. He's practically a celebrity among us prosecutors.
Really? I never knew I was so talked about, sir.
We're holding our collective breath, you know. For when you screw up so badly that you're literally chased off the force.
But wait, what? Is that true, Mr. Edgeworth?
Of course not. That's hogwash.
Phew, don't scare me like that. I almost had a heart attack there.
Making it all that more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message.
Hold it!
By dying message, you mean the bloody letters that spell out Gumshoe? I figured that whoever wrote the name must have wanted to frame him. And just the act of choosing his name is proof enough that the two knew each other well.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and present some evidence.
I would love to, but first we should listen a bit more and digest what he's saying and press him for information. You guys have bird stuck into your office. Is this one? Her intent? To wipe down with thievery. Present. Thievery. Only prosecutors know about the safe. No. To the camera. Would it be the safe? Because, yeah, only prosecutors know about the safe, so why is the safe wiped down?
Objection!
Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something? Why not? The truth. It's the truth, after all. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyway. That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe, the existence of which is only privy to prosecutors. I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was a part of her cunning plan. But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down. I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted.
Yeah, even I didn't know about the safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either.
Then you're proposing that the killer is a prosecutor? Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now? I... Curses! Why? What made you?
What's with the angry face all of a sudden?
It's not my fault.
Mm,
What did you do? What do you mean? It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes. What did you just say? We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret safes.
that means
Yeah, I know. Had only just told him to. Obviously, it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it. But the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim. Now he's claiming that the victim was the thief. And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you, Miss Maggie Bird?
Excuse me?
I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far, even in your risky profession.
what the? Are you still accusing Maggie of the murder?
Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who had probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it?
No, I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir.
Plus, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have a key in his office.
Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key.
Ah,
Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him. Mr. Portman, are you honestly accusing your partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. Has he no honor? And now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out?
You can kick us out. This is Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Ah, but I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You are all suspects in varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run this show.
Listen, pal, how many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit.
Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself.
But sir,
We have no choice but to accommodate his request. For now. Haha. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understand. Now then, if you could remove yourselves from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Mark my words, Mr. Portman. We will meet again. If that's a formal request from the legendary persecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now, don't disappoint me, you hear? To be continued. Save. Alright, this is a good breaking point. I almost want to call it here for now, but we'll see. Saving. Okay. So I am going to take a break. Thank you guys for joining me in chat and everything. I appreciate you all very much. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the
This always like reading through these on stream. It's nice to kind of figure out and play around with the voices. But yeah, I'm gonna take a break. I'll be right back. We'll see if we continue or if we play some Marvel vs. Capcom. Alright, hello. I think in order for me to check out the other game today, we're gonna go ahead and go on to the Capcom collections. And I really wanted to like dedicate like a stream or a block. I don't know. These games are really long. That was the tutorial chapter of episode 1. Usually episode 1 is the shortest and the tutorial chapter is the shortest. That was like an hour and a half long tutorial chapter. So I think what we'll do is we'll save it for another time. But I love these games. I love these games. And I want to play through them, so. But now, go ahead and change the title. And check this out. When's Marvel? Marvel versus Capcom. Oh, yeah, that's not. This is gonna be the first one. First one on the list. So this just came out from Capcom. It has, I believe, 7 games in it. We're going to be playing it with Delph this weekend, but I wanted to check it out real quick.
Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics.
Insert. Wait, did I already choose?
Marvel
Press
vs.
A to
Capcom
start.
Fighting Collection.
I don't know how to choose the game.
Capcom Fighting Collection.
Fighting
Arcade
collection. Hadouken. This looks good. Hadouken.
Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection.
I'm literally pushing
Marvel vs.
A
Capcom
over and over
Fighting
again.
Collection.
No, I'm gonna spam start.
Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection.
Okay.
Arcade Classics.
Not fine saving it. Your age? I don't know my age. I don't keep track of that. $36, $7? I honestly don't know. 35. Mm-hmm. 37. Almost 37. I think I'm 36, about to be 37. I don't know. Who keeps track of their age? This age, right? The thing is, once you hit 25, it's like, alright, I have no reason to keep track past that. 25 is like insurance. Fly and play. So, what do we got? We got Punisher, X-Men, Children of the Atom, Marvel Superhero, X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Capcom, Marvel versus Capcom 2. I think we should start here. And these will just be real quick look-throughs of the games. Can I turn off the Nick Fury? Could beat him. I think the buttons are all messed up. You can run, but you can't hide. Control settings. A. Attack plus jump. Maybe it's just weird buttons. Display. Wallpaper. Bum, 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 bum. E. I hate that they don't describe what the filter actually is. Original 4x3. Is A on an Xbox controller circle? Can I pet the dog? Okay. You're finished now, Bruno. Scully, get him. Ow. I'm dead. Does Punisher actually have any superpowers, or is he just like ridiculously gruesome? 'Cause that's all I really know about Punisher is like he's gruesome, but is he considered a hero? Play the Punisher as Punisher. Why is this only in my left ear? Tell you where your boss is. Please don't kill me. He's at Castle Panther, Florida. Thanks and goodbye. Oh, he killed him. He got punished. The only way in is through the drain. Bruno will escape this time. do I use my grenades? Oh, I can rewind. I can cheat. Alright, I think we've had a taste. This is definitely a game we'll play with Delph and like beat in 30 minutes or something. I don't think it's very long. I can't move around with the D-pad. Japanese version, English version.
The Punisher.
No, I didn't mean to push the confirm button. Oh, these controllers are so awful.
X-Men. Children of the Atom.
Children of the Atom. Omega Red. Well, I don't like. I really need to be able to use the D-pad. Why doesn't it let me use the D-pad? The fact that you can set a button to do a special move. These games are so cool to play at the arcades. Garage. Okay, bunch. I'm getting annoyed with the controls. I might have to like set something up for later, because these controls aren't. These controls aren't it. There has to be like a main spot for the controls, right? Menu button, start button, coin. Where's the D-pad support? Put the fun in refund. Controller settings. Game settings. Okay, I 100% am pushing not the buttons that they're saying. Enable Steam input.
X-Men, Children of the Atom.
Offline guess. Let's restart. Because I think it's like using Switch controls, to be honest. So I was pushing Y, and then I was like, nope, you're pushing not Y. This game has built-in support for your but enable translates the by the recording. No, this doesn't.
Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Arcade Classics.
Okay. Right now I was feeling more in tune with how I thought. Can I use... I am using the D-pad now. Okay. Everything feels fine. There's just something off with that at first. But it's fine now.
Marvel Superheroes.
Marvel superheroes.
Let's go, Bob. This definitely feels better. Okay, oh. No. The Soul Stone. Boom, 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 boom. I lost. Rookie. Alright, I'm just trying one round at each. I don't want to spoil it for when I play with Delph.
X-Men vs. Street Fighter.
Boom, 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 boom. Come on, mon ami.
Ready. Fight. Hadouken! Shoryuken! 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 Hadouken! 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 Shoryuken! Shoryuken! Here you go! Shinku! Hadouken! Marvelous! Hadouken! Come on. Kinetic card. Trick card. Kinetic card. Kinetic card. Kinetic
Street Fighter. Can everyone sub to Riku with their Prime? You can. How's it going, Cavalry? It's good to see you. What have you been up to? What have you been playing lately? Kinetic card. Kinetic card. I don't know how to do his special. I'm mashing, I'm mashing. I'm mashing, I'm mashing. Shinku. I totally meant to do that. Yep, that's what I meant to do. Boom, boom, boom. Alright. Like I said, we're only trying one round each game, so we don't spoil Saturday.
Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter!
Street Fighter.
Ready, true believers? Capcom and Marvel have joined forces once. Choose your alter ego.
I like how they had to change the game to be like, well, let's just make it Capcom games, even though it's still. Oh, let's make it Marvel games and not just X-Men because they added like the Hulk. I think that's it. They added, oh, and like Captain America and Spider-Man. So there's your non-X-Men. I think everybody else counts as an X-Men. Bum, bum, bum. Quick.
Ready. Fight.
God, that backdash is insane. You don't get that kind of backdash in games anymore. Cool. Hadouken. Dang, almost had him. Shoryuken. Nar. Shoryuken. Shoryuken. Alright, next game. Next game. Marvel vs. Capcom. Clash of Superheroes.
Marvel versus Capcom!
The first
Marvel
actual
Superheroes.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Capcom presents Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh, you get the access to the secret characters immediately. Dark Chun-Li, where's Akuma? I thought Akuma was in this game. No. Shadow Lady. I think Akuma is in a secret of a secret. I don't remember. No. Oh, there was like a lot of assists.
Ready. Fight.
Very good. Shima mon cher. Shima mon cher. Good looks, charm, wit, style, and modesty too. Marvel. Next game. We're only playing one round of each game. Except maybe Marvel vs. Capcom 2. We might do multiple rounds. Wow.
Capcom presents.
We got some games. No, not right now. That's why I'm kind of rushing through. But this Saturday, I'll be playing this extensively. I want to listen to the theme. I'm gonna take you for a ride. So this is the arcade version, right? The straight up arcade version of the game. Does that mean I can have 3 Akumas? No, there's only the console version that lets you choose 3 of the same character, right? Some glitches are removed. Oh, look at me, I'm Goku. I'm Goku. I don't like that you can only hear it on the left side. Like the Juggernaut glitch. Oh no. Interesting that they put fixes in this game. I wonder if they'll continue to do that. Maybe like actually balance it out. Engage. Oh, they got rid of the... Okay. Hadouken. I'm trying to remember. What the heck, one button supers? Take care. Have a good night. Go to the garage. Man, I don't remember how to play this game at all. I remember playing a lot as a kid though, and then a friend of mine, that was a friend of mine, stole my copy of the game. He stole my controller and my copy of the game, and then later on bought me a controller to replace the controller because he lost the controller, but he also lost my game and we couldn't find the game, so I never got my game replaced. That said, I feel much less lag in this version of the game. Bam, bam, bam. Or a lot of input. Much less input lag. I'm Goku. Deal simultaneous damage from his other character. I win. Oh, well. You win. It's like there's no way of getting all the console palettes. There's a taunt button. Marquee card. Oh, look at that. Look at all those buttons. Oh, they're partner buttons now. So the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 changed up the buttons a lot, huh? Oh. Wait, how do I just exit? Can I like choose characters? To exit the entire game to do it. I guess. Boom, boom, boom. Light punch, heavy punch, partner, special move, hyper combo. One button hyper combo. Capcom. Is this crossplay? Does anybody know? Select your heroes. My team used to be Mega Man, Ryu, probably. And Surf Butt. I think. I don't remember who my middle character was. I liked Mega Man.
We are ready to kick butt. Engage.
remember how to do anything. Talk about it. Beef chido. I don't remember how to do a full, like, everybody comes in. There we go. No chip damage. Bitty bitty bitty. Bitty bitty bitty. Bitty bitty bitty. Like boom. What the heck? I don't know how to do things.
You're amazing.
I'm 12 fights. I beat the game. I kind of hate that I can't, like, quit to main menu. Or quit to change character. No. Baby. Tornado hold. near the hole.
Time over. You win.
Boom, boom, boom.
You got that killer instinct.
That killer instinct. What a throwback. Alright. I'm saving the rest for Saturday.
Saturday.
It's cool. I like this collection. Good collection.
Paper finish.
These are all the achievements, I assume. Alright, GG. Check this out more on Saturday.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
And with that, it has been only a 3-hour stream. I don't. Let's see. We started this game. Singay versus Capcom. It's another one. I want to save that for Saturday, though. All the fighting games for Saturday. I don't think I have anything else in particular to play. So what will happen is next time we'll probably play the seasonal part of Diablo 4. I could play some Path of Exile on stream. Though again, I don't really like playing it on stream. And there's not really any other game I want to touch. Although I should check what's up with Tekken right now. I haven't checked the update. I don't know what's in the shop. If there's anything for Jack. And I wouldn't know on like the internet because nobody likes Jack. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, oh, oh. Whoa. Interesting outfits. Oh, I got that. Come on. Got something free in the shop. Wow, hook and loop sneakers. So cool. Hey, I didn't get to see what else is in the shop. So they have this set. How does it look for Jack? I can't tell if it even works for Jack. Here we go. Oh, they actually have it for Kuma? I can't... Alright. I can't actually see it. They have this stick, which I believe is actually a weapon you can use. Now, if they lowered the prices here to $2 instead of $4, I'd probably pick them all up. The 4 is too much. I'm waiting for there to be some sort of sale, which there was a sale some time ago for... I don't remember what. I'm also waiting for a Jack specific thing that's not just an avatar. They hadn't really made them. Quick practice, then I'm getting off. Just making sure we don't forget our combos, basically.
Jack 8. Jack 8.
Ba, ba, ba. Kazuya Mishima.
Get ready for the next battle.
Battle. No controller too. Dang it. Did they make that easier to execute? Because that used to be really hard. Or am I just getting lucky? They might have made it easier. I know there was some sort of update. Yeah, I was just getting lucky. Okay, I need to remember that this is 2 damage more. And I think... So you can't see the difference to that, but this kick and this kick are two different kicks. And this kick does one more damage than this kick. So... I don't think we can do that. Alright, I just wanted to be sure my combos were still in my brain. 7 more days in the season, or the fight pass. The fight pass is basically free after the first fight pass, so nice. And, thank you guys for joining me tonight. I know it's a shorter stream. I'm going to try to just be more consistent. Maybe not do as long streams. I don't know. Something about streaming lately is just like... I need smaller bursts before I can go back to the big bursts. But I appreciate everybody's company. You guys even popping in to say hi really gives me a hit of dopamine. And I appreciate you guys giving me that hint of dopamine and your support. Lily, thank you for the sub again, supporting me for so long. It's also a hit of dopamine. But yeah, I'll try to keep this more consistent rather than do stupid long hours like I used to. I'm sure if we ever hit a game where we're doing like 200, 300 viewers at a time, I'll end up getting to that point again where I'm addicted to it, because it's really just a dopamine thing, yeah? The dopamine hits you and it's like, I want to do it more. But yeah, I'm going to get off. Have a good night, everyone. We'll be playing, I guess, some Diablo tomorrow. We're probably can one-shot the seasonal stuff. Usually it's short enough to do. At least the past 3 seasons have been that way, so I don't know why this season wouldn't be. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day, good night, wherever you might be. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.